Hey, sisters and brothers, can we talk a little bit about COVID-19? I don't want to talk about it politically. I don't want to talk about it in terms of what the restrictions are doing to personal freedoms. I'd like to talk about it a bit theologically, about what it means to live in this COVID-19 world as followers of Jesus Christ. The mission of the church, the mission of the United Methodist Church, I would argue of any church that claims Jesus Christ as Lord, is to love God with heart, soul, mind, and strength, to love neighbor as they love themselves, as you would love yourself, and to help other people follow Jesus Christ. Here at First Church, we've translated that this way: love God, love people, make followers of Jesus. And if you caught it, a third of that mission has to do with loving people. All people. The same Jesus that gave us the command to love our neighbor as ourselves also told a story about a shepherd that leaves 99 sheep to go and find one sheep that is lost. All people matter. We are to love our neighbor, all neighbors, as we love ourselves. Now, there's a whole lot of different feelings out there about this virus, about COVID-19. Everything from this is nothing more than a hoax, a political hoax, to this is the sign of the end of the world. What I know about this virus primarily is from the people in our congregation that are on the front lines. The people that I talk to who work at our hospital and in our doctor's offices. And what they tell me is this: this virus makes people really, really sick. And it is, in fact, a lethal thing. Now, science tells us that we don't have one particular thing that is a guaranteed tool to fight this thing. But what they have also told us is the best tool we have is one of these: wearing a mask. The best tool to keep from getting it and to keep from giving it to someone is to wear a mask. This past week, as you probably know by now, the governor has tightened up restrictions about mask wearing for the state of Pennsylvania. At this point, anytime you go anywhere, outside or inside, or are with people other than your immediate family, you must wear a mask. Our bishop and our cabinet and our district superintendent have required compliance with that mandate for all United Methodist churches in Western Pennsylvania. That means that beginning on the 23rd of November, everything, all in-person events here at First United Methodist Church will require a mask for anyone to participate. Bible studies, women's groups, men's groups, worship services, and yeah, that includes people who are leading worship and people who are preaching. We must wear a mask. Now, I recognize that for some people, wearing a mask or a face covering of some kind is very difficult because of physical health conditions. I understand that. I'm glad, so very glad, that we have the online worship opportunities that we have. Saturday night at 7 o'clock with our God's Country crew. Sunday morning at 9:45 with our Crossfire crew. And very, very soon, 11 o'clock from our downtown sanctuary as well. Online options exist for those who cannot wear one, or for those who really struggle with the idea of being asked to wear a mask. The online options exist. Now, I want us to understand that we've been fighting this since March. We've been battling COVID since then. And every day that passes, we get closer to the answer for COVID-19. Every day we get closer to a vaccine. Every day we get closer to life that's going to return to some degree of normal. what we're being told is the best way for us together to combat this is to wear a mask. So again, we need to stay the course, friends. We are so much closer now than we were back in March to life that's going to return to normal. I love the fact that Tom Holman is part of our congregation. And he has taught me so much and continues to teach me from the wisdom of his experience and his years. And he reminds me again and again and again that this whole experience with COVID-19, including wearing masks, is just a blip on the radar screen of one's life. When you think about your life in a broader picture, these few months of needing to wear a mask is just a blip on the radar screen. They will be over, and they will be over soon. So friends, let's stay the course. Let's love our neighbor. Let's remember to engage one another, as the Golden Rule says, to do to others as we would want them to do to us. One of my favorite Psalms is Psalm 121. Psalm 121 opens this way: I lift my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. Or as a certain preacher would translate it, sisters and brothers, keep looking up.